Hello, hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Heather Corinne, and today we're going to be crocheting this Weeboo Ghost amigurumi. I'm so excited. He is the cutest ever. There's going to be a list of stitches that we're going to use and materials that we're going to use in the description box below, as well as a link to my blog post where I've typed this pattern out for you. So let's get started. But first, if you haven't already, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss my next project. We'll begin with a magic circle in which we're going to single crochet 6 stitches. Then we're going to pull that magic circle nice and tight, and we'll start round 2, which is going to be 2 single crochet in each stitch around. That will be 12 stitches total on this round. I like to use a stitch marker in the first stitch of each round so I know when I get back to where I started and when that row is complete. Now we've completed round 2, we're going to move on to round 3. So I'll pull out that stitch marker and start with 2 single crochet in the first stitch. Put the marker back in the first single crochet that you put in there. Now I'm putting the second single crochet in that first stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. So that's 2 single crochet in 1 stitch, and then the next one we're just going to do 1 single crochet, and at the end of this row we should have 18 stitches. Moving on to round 4, we're going to pull the stitch marker out and put 2 single crochet in the first stitch again. Then we'll put that marker just in that first one. Go ahead and add the second stitch to that first one. And in the next 2 stitches, we're just going to do 1 single crochet. So we're going to put 2, and then in the next 2 we're just going to have 1, and at the end of this round we will have 24 stitches total, and that will be the end of our increasing. Now we're going to pull that stitch marker out and go in for rows 5 through 8. We're going to single crochet in each stitch, so that'll be 24 stitches per row. I like to put stitch markers in the first stitch of every round if I'm repeating rounds for a certain amount. So I pulled out enough for rows 5, 6, 7, and 8, and I'll just continue to keep putting those in there as I go and crochet over them, and then I'll know that I have finished the amount of rows that I needed. Now I've finished rows 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to pull out all of these stitch markers so I can move on to the next round. For round 9, we're going to start decreasing just a little bit. So the first stitch is going to be a single crochet decrease. So we're going to pull through the first one, pull through the second one, pull through all 3 loops on the hook. So you're essentially turning 2 stitches into 1 stitch. And then I'm going to put a stitch marker in that one since it's the first stitch of this round, and then in the next 2 stitches I'm going to do 1 single crochet. So that's single crochet decrease, pull through 1, pull it through the next one, and then pull the yarn through all 3 loops on the hook and kind of pull it tight. And in the next 2 stitches we're going to do 1 single crochet. So we're going to repeat this until the end of this round, which will give us 18 stitches total. See how we're now creating sort of this ghost shape where he's wider at the top and then gets a little more narrow. I'm going to take that stitch marker out, and for rounds 10 and 11 we're going to single crochet in each stitch around, so that'll be 18 stitches total per round. Now that we're done with round 11, we're going to take these 2 stitch markers out and do the final round, round 12. We're going to increase one more time to kind of give him that flare shape at the bottom. So we're going to put 2 single crochet in the first stitch, and we're going to put our stitch marker in there so we know where we are. So I'm going to add that second stitch into that same space, and then in the next 2 stitches we're going to do 1 single crochet. And so we're going to repeat this until the end of this round. 2 single crochet in 1 stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So we've removed that stitch marker, and we're going to chain 1 and then trim the yarn And then we're going to pull that yarn through the chain 1, which secures it from coming unraveled. And now we have finished the top portion of our ghostie. Next, we're going to add the eyes. I'll link these eyes down below for you. You just pop them in and place the little stoppers on the back side of them. So now we're going to add our stuffing. A little bit more is better, I've found, with this particular pattern, just to give him that sturdy ghost shape. If you do too little, he can kind of lose his shape over time. So I just like to add some stuffing and rearrange the little eyes how they need to be. And then once we've done this, we'll get started on the bottom portion. Now that we've added all the stuffing to the bottom, we need to create a bottom for him to sit on. We're going to do this by creating a magic circle, just like we did at the top. We're going to single crochet 6 stitches into this magic circle. Then we'll pull that loose end of the magic circle so that it tightens up. And in the second row, we're going to do the same thing. 2 single crochet in each stitch around. So that would be 12 stitches total. For round 3, we're going to do 2 single crochet in the first stitch and then a single crochet in the next stitch, and we'll repeat that until the end of this round. So that's 2 single crochet in the first, 1 single crochet in the next, and that will be a total of 18 stitches. Now we'll take the stitch marker out and do the last row, row 4. We're going to put 2 single crochet into the first stitch and then 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So that will be 24 stitches total. Without tying off, we're going to join the bottom to the rest of the body with a row of single crochet. So I'm going to trim the beginning of this piece off so that it doesn't get in the way. And then I'm going to line up where I ended and where my hook currently is on the project. And this part is a little challenging, just holding it all at the same time. So we're just literally going to single crochet through both of them. So you're going to put the hook through one stitch, put the hook through the other, and then single crochet. And we'll do this until it's almost closed up entirely, and then we're going to stop to add a little bit more stuffing. Since we have 24 stitches on the bottom and then 24 stitches on the last row of the ghost body, there should be exactly the right amount of stitches to do this row of single crochet and end on the very last one. Now that we have finished, we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch just to kind of finish it off, and then chain one and tie off, pulling that yarn through the chain one to secure it, and then weaving in that end. Last, we need to make him some cute little arms. So to do that, we're going to create another magic circle, and we're going to single crochet 6 stitches into the magic circle. Then we're going to pull that loose end to tighten the magic circle up, and we'll do the second and final round, which is 2 single crochet in each stitch around, so that would be a total of 12 stitches. Now we're going to remove that stitch marker, and we're going to slip stitch into the very next stitch to kind of create that perfect circle. Make sure that we have the center pulled nice and tight so that it doesn't come loose. We're going to chain 1 and then tie off with a long enough tail to sew it onto the ghost. And then we will pull through that chain 1 stitch to secure it. So the arm is kind of flat. You have to shape it yourself into a little arm shape. I like to push a little bit of that center tail into it as stuffing, and then I'm going to take my tapestry needle and stitch it onto the side of the ghost where I would like it. Then I like to tie it off on the back side of the arm so that the tie off isn't as obvious, and then trim the excess yarn. Ta-da! Isn't he just the absolute cutest? He's so tiny and fun. I hope you enjoyed crocheting this adorable weeboo ghosty with me today. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a part of this little family, so you won't miss my next project. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.